Welcome everybody to Chapter 7 of the Manga Melee podcast. Back once again after a short hiatus. So happy to be back. So happy to be back. How are you doing today, Park?
I'm doing so. It's just nice to be back, you know? It's nice to be back with you here today talking about manga. How are you doing?
Honestly, I'm doing pretty well considering like the state of things, but
Yes,
that's just it's the way she goes sometimes. We'll
it
make
really
it
is.
through it together. That's
Well,
a sneeze. Nope, never mind. Okay. I had a sneeze coming and then it did
it
not happen.
happens. It happens.
It's worse than sneezing,
No, it
honestly.
really is. It really is.
So, ignoring my small blunder there, let's
hmm
just pretend like it never happened, even though we've been talking about it for 15 seconds or so. What have you been up to, bud? How are you doing?
just getting ready to move across the country, but that hasn't
Yeah,
stopped me from buying manga, and that's.
you're going like coast to
I
coast.
really am. I really am.
Wait,
It's. One of my friends says it's the coolest thing ever. I'm like, yeah, but it's also kind of scary.
yeah, no, I understand that. As someone who did a move that's like maybe not quite that long, but
hmm
very significant,
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. But honestly, I think it's one of the best things you can do.
Yeah, it'll be it'll be a nice experience, at the
Yeah,
least.
it'll be a cool story to
Yeah.
tell people at some point.
hmm
And plus, you're getting your education done and all that, and you'll be
Exactly.
moving on to bigger things.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully. You know me, I haven't really been doing a whole lot this week, honestly. You can probably kind of hear it in my voice still. I was a little bit under the
Yeah.
weather last week, and my voice was just almost entirely gone last Thursday, so there was I just didn't even want to try it. The audio quality would have been so bad. I would have felt bad about it basically, and I would have wanted to record this week anyway.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna do an episode this week, and we're also gonna record an episode next Thursday, and then go back to our
Yep.
regular bi-weekly schedule. So you guys will be getting twice as much manga melee in your inbox this month, and we're happy to bring it to you.
Always, always.
Yeah. So first off, I guess, dude, yeah, we were talking about this before the start of the episode, and we intended for this podcast to be a comics and
hmm
manga themed podcast originally, which manga is comics, but I'm just using it
Yeah.
in terms that to where there's like no confusion, more or less, like a Western comics and manga podcast. And if we're being completely honest, we haven't really done almost anything
We've
related
been
to Western
lacking.
comics. Well, and that's because you and I, we never really considered ourselves huge
Yeah.
Western comic fans, as far as I'm aware. And I'm not trying to say that I'm like an expert on manga or anything like that, but
Not even
I
close.
definitely know a lot more about it than I know about Western comics, besides for like the stuff that's kind of
hmm
ingrained into us at this point through pop culture and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I want to jump into it. It's just it feels difficult. Like I'm not sure where exactly to start. Like I don't really want to get into like DC or Marvel. I feel like
hmm
I'd rather read like Dark Horse stuff, I guess,
Same.
which is like another major label, obviously, or even some like even indie stuff, perhaps.
hmm
I don't know. I guess like I'm just looking at it from like a manga reader's perspective. Like I want to start like a series that is kind of easier to follow, I
Yeah,
suppose.
I would agree with that.
Why? Yeah, I've actually been looking into. There's this comic called like Black Sad. It's
Okay.
a again. I've been on a noir kick recently, and I'll talk about that when we talk about manga too. And it's a noir about like this like it's kind of like Beastars sort of where it's like anthropomorphic animals, but
Okay. Yeah.
not in like a super furry way. And the
God,
maybe I'm
God
I might
help
just be
us.
huffing copium right now, but it's fine. And essentially the main character is a like this really man like he has a manly face looking like black cat, and he
Okay.
just I don't know. It's a good from what I understand it's been called a really good like character based plot, like the animal characters display emotion really well compared to how a lot of animal characters in other works go, where it's just like making like they stay animalistic in a way
Yeah.
while like it's a good blend of animalistic and human, whereas I feel like a lot of the times it's just like they might as well be humans, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, so I really want to try that. And yeah, I don't know, I'm really not sure where else to go with comics. Do you have any recommendations, Par? Because I know Lynn is heavy on what is it, 100 bullets?
I think that's what
It's
it was.
called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is 100 bullets. So I'll add that to my list as well. Actually, I wish there was like a my anime. Is there a my anime list for
And
comics?
there probably is. But it's probably not as good as my anime list.
Yeah,
I say that knowing nothing, and I could be 100% wrong. But you never know. Nothing is better than my anime list. Nothing.
yeah. We're not sponsored by my anime list, by the way. We don't have to go that hard for them. Yeah. But it was a good week for buying. Like, while I didn't buy any comics, unfortunately, I think that's gonna be on my next paycheck. I'm just gonna go to Books a Million and just look through the graphic
Yeah.
novel section. I did buy a lot of manga this week, and so did you, from my understanding.
Yes.
So why don't we go into what our hauls were for this week? If you want to start us off, you can.
All right. So Books a Million has a sale going on for anybody. It ends July 4th, I believe, or July 2nd.
Ooh.
One of those days.
Let me look it up real quick while you talk about that.
You buy 2 manga, get 1 free.
I believe it's also comics as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, comics as well. So me being the frugal, thrifty guy I am, I went straight to Books a Million and I got too much manga. Really, I got basically all of Goodnight Poon or Pun Pun. I don't know the correct pronunciation.
I think it's Pun Pun.
I think it is too, but just in case.
Poon Poon sounds dirty.
Poon Poon sounds really weird. But so I got that. I got Mashal Volume 2. I got Undead Unluck Volume 5. I got JoJo's Diamond is Unbreakable Volume 1. What else I got? There's something else. Nope. Oh, and then I got an art book for Promised Neverland. And you know, that doesn't sound like a lot saying it out loud, but there's like 7 volumes for Goodnight Pun Pun. And they are big, so they cost more. And I was not as thrifty as I thought I was.
Are you on the? Do you have like a Books a Million card?
He talked me into it at that moment.
Because like you could get it stacks, the buy 2 get 1 free stacks with like the coupons they give you.
Yep.
I need to go do that.
But yeah, you know, great week. I love manga art books because you know, most of the time it's just like color pages, but still it's just great because you get to see the artist's work more closely. So
yeah, no, I agree with that. Especially I like whenever they give like notes about the like the lore or whatever as well. I was a big sucker for the Warcraft ones that they used to put out.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Dude, I just those.
Yeah, things that you can just kind of flip through like that and just enjoy. That's the ultimate sort of coffee table book for me as an art book, I would say. 100% agree. As for me, I got into some new series as well as tried to finish up with something I've been collecting for a minute now that I just stubbornly have not been. I don't like buying manga online a lot of the time. For multiple reasons. First off, I'm lazy and I forget about it. Second off, Amazon is like cucking me on my account because essentially I had an old phone number on my Amazon account before I got my computer, and I got a new phone number, and now Amazon won't let me change my password or log in. It won't let me log in at all without sending an authentication to my old phone number, which I do not have anymore. So I'm just not allowed to have an Amazon account. I have to bum Amazon accounts. And I tried to make another one, and they were like, no, motherfucker, no. You can't have 2 Amazon accounts. No. Log in with your phone number you don't own anymore, you piece of shit. And I was like, Jeff Bezos, why?
I just
He was
want to
like, I
pay
have
you.
too much money. I'm God. Fuck you.
I just want to give you money, Daddy Bezos.
Yeah, fuck.
This podcast is anti Jeff Bezos until Jay
Well,
gets his
I've been
Amazon
using my
account.
I've been using my in-laws
Yeah.
Amazon Prime Video account. That's what I watched all the original Degrassi on before it was on HBO Max. It was pretty sick. Vinland Saga, I watched that on there. Land of the Lustrous. I didn't pay for any of that. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos. I share accounts.
Bezos, just give him his account back. That's all he wants.
You know what? I'm watching The Boys. I'm watching The Boys on there right now. I don't pay for that. Account sharing is based. Here at the Manga Melee podcast, we recommend and condone that.
Bezos, all you had to do was give the man his account back.
The Boys is a good show, though.
It really is. It really is.
I wouldn't say it's the best show on television, like some people say, but it's really
It's
good.
still good. It's still good.
Best show on television, one that I've been enjoying a lot. Barry. Have you watched it?
I have. I haven't watched the newest season, but I have watched it.
Dude, the newest season's crazy. I'm like 4 episodes in, I think. It's wild.
It just
Bill
took too long
Hader
to
is
come
acting
out.
his ass. Bill Hader's acting his ass off.
Barry's
in
so
that
good.
show. And he's directing a lot of
Yeah.
it too. Yeah, it's real good. What?
Anyways, back to what you got this week.
Yeah. Holy shit. Anyway, so I didn't even say a single thing.
No, you literally started saying you were collecting, and you went on that Amazon run.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, I wasn't gonna stop you though. Okay.
I need to calm down. I'm going into goblin. So the first thing I got GG, well played. Young ladies don't play fighting games. It's basically about these two. It's a pseudo girls love. It might just be full on girls love actually. They haven't done anything super gay yet.
We'll see.
Just basically two girls who are rivals somewhat at this prestigious boarding school for women who want to become like classy. It's like a charm school sort of
It always has to
situation,
be a
right?
fucking boarding school, and it always has to be prestigious.
No, of course you can't have their parents involved. And basically the number one rule at the school is no video games allowed. If you get caught with even like a phone game,
Contraband.
you'll get expelled. And the main girl walks in on essentially like the star of the entire school, like the most elegant lady of the entire school. She walks in on her playing a fighting game one day, and essentially she gets this let me see if I can get the exact wording off here of what she says, because she gets a combo off and that causes her to shout out, "Hell yeah!" And then she starts laughing hysterically, and she says, "Really? Really? Was that the best you can do? You frickin' noob? How does it feel to get your ass handed to you 2 rounds in a row by a player you griefed in round 1? Huh, loser? Go on. Tell me why you stood there teabagging like you're hot stuff, even though you're a meme player at best. I'm just dying to know."
I'm gonna have to pick this up. That's a gamer move right there.
And
that's gamer.
So I'd put myself not even as like a secondary member of the fighting game community, like a tertiary member.
Yeah.
I enjoy playing a fighting game every now and then. I have friends, shout out Hastic, shout out my boy Aaron, who are really fucking good at fighting games. Like they actually can put some fucking work in.
I never could, but yeah.
But it does a really good job of actually explaining fighting game mechanics is the thing. They talk about like baiting using animations that have or skills that have the same animation. They talk about like what the motions are. What they give you slang explanations. Honestly, it does a really good job, and the way that the paneling works for when they're showing like the fighting game characters doing combos, it's pretty. They make it easy to understand. Whereas I feel like a lot of combo-based fighting manga, like sadly one of my favorites, JJK, it can be kind of hard to follow the flow sometimes.
Oh, very much so.
So I appreciate whenever it's very clearly shown in a stylized way, like the flow of the combat.
I mean, from what you said, it also sounds like they have the lingo down. I mean, as much as we hate to admit that, they do talk like that.
Yeah,
in fighting games.
Like she had a heated gamer moment.
Yeah, I mean that's real.
I need somebody to like Photoshop the girl's face onto like PewDiePie on that bridge. Or
No.
something.
That would be that's actually such a perfect idea.
Yeah. So that's a GG well played or GGWP or good game well played. Young ladies don't play fighting games. Story and art by Eri Ajima.
Okay.
I also started reading a new series. You might have heard of this. It's been doing pretty well. I think it won a couple of awards actually. It's called Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. This is I would put this in so there's a subcategory of manga that I've been enjoying recently, which is shonen manga that have grown protagonists, like Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
He's
This
just
is
like
part
me.
of that. Our main character is basically the first chapter is a montage of him joining a new company. He's very happy to be there. He's just excited to be in the workforce and not having to go to graduate school and being in debt.
Hmm.
And this company just works him to death. On his first day, he works over 24 hours, just doing like he's does advertisements, I believe. Like he does promo for like promo commercials for
Yeah.
TV shows and stuff. And basically, he has to do all that. This company just abuses him, and he has a crush on this. The only reason he goes through it is he has a crush on this girl that he works with. And essentially, he finds out that the crush is sleeping with his boss, and he hears them like very vividly having sex in his office and all
Oh
that.
my.
And his boss is like a fat, gross piece of trash.
As they always are.
Yeah, because like that's how Japan likes
Yeah.
to show evilness is like someone being fat, and it's real gross. And then a zombie apocalypse breaks out. And my guy's first thought is, wow, I don't have to go to work. This is fucking sick. So he goes out on his bike, gets it beers and stuff so he can enjoy everything. Sees who is almost certainly going to be the main girl of this. And she is like, yeah, I'm not gonna join up with you because you're somebody who would risk it. You risk your entire life for going get some cold beers from the store. Pass. And then he escapes. His neighbors die, and he goes and meets up with his best friend, and they have like a dramatic re-meeting. His best friend is like a huge ladies' man and stuff. Oh yeah, and before that, he goes over to see if his crush is still alive at his boss's house or apartment or some shit
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
And his crush was there naked, and he has to like he's like a rugby player, so he like tackles them through the fucking window or some shit like that. And then as he's going, the thing he says is like, "Well, at least I got to see her titties before she
My
died,
guy.
or like before I died, in his case,
Yeah.
because she was a zombie or whatever." And then he gets started on writing his bucket list for things he wants to do before he gets bitten and turned into a zombie. And one of the reason that leads him to go see his best friend, because one of his bucket list things is he wants to have a cold beer with his best friend.
God, this guy's.
It's actually pretty. It feels like a more wholesome version of Dingy from Chainsaw Man.
Yeah,
Almost is
that's
how
what
I
it sounds
describe
like.
it.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm rooting
I'm
for
really,
him.
yeah, like I really enjoyed the first four chapters of it. I might have. I hope I did a pretty good job of explaining it, kind of given the vibe there.
Mm.
Um, it's definitely mature. Like they
Yeah.
show nudity and all that. It's pretty well drawn. I think the paneling was really dope, honestly. I enjoyed
Hmm.
it felt like there was a lot of like close-ups in the panels, which I appreciate whenever we can get like a good clean view of a character's face instead of having to resort to like, them being kind of far out
Yeah.
and having less detail and stuff like that. And then I also bought two new volumes of Call of the Night that I haven't read yet, volumes 4 and 5. I decided that that would be a pretty good one to collect because I've been enjoying it. And it doesn't
Yeah.
have that many. I think it's only up to like 12 or something
Yeah.
like that in
Easy to
Japan. So,
get caught up with.
yeah. I'm trying not to get into anything anymore that has more than 30 volumes while I finish what I have.
Meanwhile, I'm collecting One Piece.
Yeah, basically. There's literally no way I could do
Yeah.
that. I don't have the shelf space for One Piece. You can see my shelf in the back right there. I'm pointing at it. It's very
Yeah,
good
yeah.
audio content. And that thing is not doing so hot,
No,
honestly.
I
I need to
mean,
go buy a new shelf.
I
For
have shelves I
real.
need to build, but I'm saving that for when I move.
Yeah, I need to get some. I don't know. I'm just living in an apartment, and I'm gonna probably be moving soon
Mm.
too. And I don't think I can even like I can't. I don't think I can nail things into the wall. I think I can screw things, or I think I
Yeah.
I might be able to nail things, but not screw things. Actually, it's one of the like it's
It's
something
one of those,
stupid like
yeah.
that. Yeah, the joys of not being able to afford home ownership.
Gotta love it.
And I also got volumes 2 and volume 16 of Jujutsu Kaisen, which means I'm only missing like 3
Yeah,
volumes
sounds
out
about right.
of what they have now. I'll probably go ahead and buy those tomorrow. It's just, and this almost happened to me too. I forget what volumes I have, and I almost buy extras sometimes. Literally, the only reason I got 16, I walked out with 2 and 4 when I went to
Yeah.
Books a Million, and I realized it, and I was like, I have volume 4. And I literally was in my car about to like I didn't even turn it on. I had just walked out like 30 seconds ago and I was like, "Hey, can I go trade this out?" I realized I already have this one. The guy was like, "Yeah, you're good." I
What
just
a
traded it out
guy.
for that.
What a
And I was
guy.
yeah, I mean I showed it to him too to make sure like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm not like I'm taking something of equal value here. I'm
Yeah.
not going to go grab like a special edition or some shit like that."
Unless.
I don't want him to suffer for that. He was too nice for to me, you know.
Yeah.
So that was my haul. Definitely. Oh, I unplugged my headphones. One sec. I'm still. You can still hear me though.
Yeah, yeah, we can
Yeah.
still hear you. Just
I'm
you can't
probably
hear
gonna
us.
go back to Books a Million on either Friday, so tomorrow,
Hmm.
or Saturday. I have a really long weekend actually from work, which is nice. I want to take advantage of that too. So I will.
Better.
And I think with that out of the way, we can go ahead and move on to like our news, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. So, first things first, there is going to be an exhibit coming out for Tagashi.
Yes.
Basically, he's going to have a museum exhibit that will showcase some of his original arts called Puzzle. It will commemorate his 35th anniversary as a mangaka. Different
Hmm.
pieces that make up his work will be exhibited from October 28th, 2022 to January 9th, 2023. An official Twitter account will be opened at Tagashi_EX and an official website, Tagashi-10.com. Um, I'm happy for him, man. And he also
Always.
he released a statement talking about how people need to take care of their backs because
Yeah.
he was in so much back pain that he couldn't even like sit down. Essentially, not to be too graphic about it because it's
It's
gross,
graphic.
but
It's
it's
gross.
reality. He talked about how because of how he couldn't wipe himself after
Mm.
using the bathroom, every time he used the bathroom, he would have to take a shower.
Yeah.
And it's like
That's just brutal.
again, to reiterate what I said in the last episode, if you were somebody who was making fun of that man, go fuck yourself.
Agreed.
Like you're gross.
We've
And
all
I hope you feel bad about it.
we've all made our Hunter x Hunter's never coming back jokes, but if you're making fun of Tagashi himself,
Yeah, exactly. It's
come
one
on
thing to
now.
make fun of like it being on hiatus.
Yeah.
It's another thing that I've heard people call him lazy and
Well,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
I hate it when people. It's like, first off, you're not having to write a manga week to week.
Especially not one of the greatest ones, if not the greatest one of all time.
Yeah,
Like,
like
get the fuck out of here,
you're
dude.
not having to struggle with ideas probably. Like, come on now.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to be able to go to Japan to see that. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, yeah.
I will be looking forward,
Mhm.
however, to seeing the pictures of that come out online when they do. They released like an illustration for it already, and that it was spicy. Hisoka was wearing like a weird he like it, you know those things that they show like the pharaohs wearing where they have like the collar but no shirt on. He
Yeah.
was wearing like one of those with like a belt buckle and stuff. They had like Yusuke like pretty much all of his works besides for whatever the one that came out between Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu
Yeah.
Hakusho was.
I mean,
So, but I
I'm
assume
excited.
that they'll show some of
Yeah.
that at the actual exhibition, so that'd be cool.
At most, I'll just try to find if I can get merch from it.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
I hope they have some salt. Like if they have some merch there, I'm definitely gonna look into that too, or
Yeah.
at least like a pamphlet from it or something.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure
can
people
definitely
would
get
just
one
go
of
nuts.
those. It'll cost you like maybe like a little, pretty bad, but still, you could get it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get one of those ones from the JJK Zero movies, the booklets they gave
Yeah, I
out.
got one. Yeah.
Damn, those things are hard, dude.
Yeah.
I love the illustration with the hands on
Hmm.
Yuta for that stuff. And then next up we got Kaguya-sama Love is War will be ending in 14 chapters.
People are gonna lose their mind.
Yeah. So that, for those of you who don't keep up with it, that'll put it ending at about October or so
Yeah.
if it's on pace. It's crazy because the anime just hit like a big climax too,
Yep.
from what I understand. It's number one on my. Is it still number one on my anime list? Actually, let's take a
I
look.
would I'd be surprised.
You never know because like Full
Full
Metal
Metal
Alchemist
Alchemist
fans are
fans.
gonna go berserk. Kaguya-sama, it's actually a whole point 4 points over Full Metal Alchemist right now.
I'm
So
shocked that they haven't
yeah, I
berated
guess they
it.
just weren't able to do it. They did it to Gintama, they did it to Attack on Titan, they did it to
Which is
Fruits Basket.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's sad. I don't know. Maybe there's like more crossover between Kaguya-sama and Full
Yeah,
Metal
I was thinking
Alchemist.
like maybe for some reason Full Metal Alchemist fans are really into Kaguya-sama.
Kaguya-sama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who
That's sick
knows?
though. Congratulations to Kaguya-sama for doing that. I
Yeah.
heard that the last episode was super dope. I'm not caught up with it. I still need
No,
to
I'm
watch
not.
2 and 3. I'm more of an Oshinoko kind of guy.
Spitting, straight spitting right that with them.
After that, we got what else? Oh yeah, this is a huge one. So starting in 2023, all Shonen Jump app plus app series will be officially translated and simul-published at Manga Plus. That is so big. We're going to be getting the latest Japanese manga from Shonen Jump Plus, like at the same time as
Yeah,
Japan, which is so rare. We used to have to wait
that's
for random ass,
translate.
dumb
Yeah,
fan translations
that's
for this sort of thing.
that is such a bit like
It's big for the manga community and the English manga community in general.
but like
Honestly, it shows that they're looking.
it
You
makes me
know,
wonder because like theirs come out in like the middle of the week while ours come out Sunday. Are theirs gonna get pushed back to Sunday or are ours gonna come out sooner?
ours will probably come out.
Yeah.
Ours will probably come out on the same day,
Yeah,
maybe,
well, yeah.
or they'll
It'll
just
still
drop
be
them all on
yeah,
Sunday.
yeah.
I don't think they wouldn't push back the Japanese
No, they
audience.
probably
There's no
wouldn't.
way. We're lucky they're doing this for us.
It's so big.
It would be a lose-lose situation.
It really would be.
Yeah, that's huge. Some of the stuff that's been on Jump Plus, I believe the new Ruri, the one shot for that was on Jump Plus. Fujimoto releases most of his stuff
Hmm.
originally on Jump Plus, like Chainsaw Man ran there. Jigo Karaku ran in Jump Plus. Spy Family's there right now. Kaiju number 8's there right now. We got a bunch of big stuff there. So like that is basically like the future of the magazine slash company right there in Jump Plus
Hmm.
most of the time. So it's something to keep an eye on. It's big news and it shows that Shueisha is looking at the English market as something that it's worth at least catering to
Yeah.
somewhat, which shows that like, yeah, it's just big. It is one of those things where we really won't know the full impact of it until like a year or two from now, whenever we start getting the new series, basically.
They finally care about us.
Yeah, I mean, you want to know what's crazy? And I'm not a big like I'm not a mega fan of the series or anything like that, but really, I think what we can trace Japan starting to give a shit about America's taste into is Attack on Titan with
I
how big
always,
it got here.
yeah, it always comes back to that. Always comes back to that. And you're not
Because
wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Kodansha said the same thing. They said, or Kodansha said that,
Yep.
and I just feel like, obviously they're going to go where the money's at if they see Kodansha is raking in merch and manga sales from America from AOT. I don't understand why they wouldn't try to take advantage of things that
Exactly,
are huge in America, like JJK, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu, or My Hero Academia,
Yep.
stuff like that. They're big shonen series that are also really popular here. Yeah, I think we are going to. It's going to be great.
Oh,
We just
fully
need to
agree.
wait and see now, honestly. And after that, We got after that, honestly, pretty slow news week. Besides for that, Berserk did come back, but we'll talk about that when we discuss some of the series we've been reading after the news. We'll go ahead and do the table of contents, and then we'll go do the charts.
Always love
so for our weekly Shonen Jump issue number 31 coming out, we've got our lead color page going to Mashal to celebrate its anime announcement. You love to see that.
It's so good. I highly suggest it to people. Because I've
Is it something where I should read the manga, or do you think I should just wait for the anime to come out? Like, it's a manga podcast, so I should probably just read the manga, right?
I'd say give the manga a try. If it's just so like if it's just
it'll let me know ahead
of
time if
it's just hitting you all right, I'd say give the anime a try then. But if you're like into it, keep reading. I just picked up volume 2. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think I do like these magic mangas, and I think this one is another great setup of how you have magic affecting society.
Yeah.
And then we got our protagonist who has no magic at all. He's not Asta, by the way. He's not Asta. Okay, Asta's annoying.
He's closer to like Saitama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Then I will check that out. At number 1, we've got Akane Banashi, which you guys know. I've been preaching the gospel of this for weeks now. I started off as a hater, immediately got turned into a believer from the first chapter.
It's beautiful.
There's just not much to say. Every week of Akane Banashi is great. She did Jugumo last week, and she's gonna do it again this week, and it was fucking awesome. The supporting cast of characters is great. I think honestly this is like such a good thing for this to be number 1. Like, it shows that people really care about Jump doing something different with their properties. They want them to try new things, which I agree with it wholeheartedly. And we'll talk about that a little bit more with one of the other ones that's coming up. At number 2, we've got My Hero Academia. Not a big surprise there.
Decent manga.
This is, decent manga. It's also like the only one of the big 3 shonen that are actually in this issue. We got, big 4 technically, because we got One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Black Clover all absent from issue 31. So, My Hero Academia, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm just not surprised it's number 2. All of that is missing as well.
Yeah.
So good. I'm happy for them. But Akane Banashi reigns supreme. At number 3, we got The Elusive Samurai. That's pretty big, honestly. I'm again, might be sort of because some heavy hitters are not there. Yeah. We'll see. It's hard to tell. Yeah. We'll see next week if it can hold on to like this kind of top 5 rating. Especially when at number 4 you got Sakamoto Days, which I believe is going to be getting a cover or a lead color page pretty soon.
Probably, yeah.
I'm surprised that this hasn't gotten its anime announcement yet.
Same.
I imagine there will be one coming. We got a color page coming from Dr. Stone for its new special that's coming out.
Okay.
There were some spoilers that dropped for that if you want to go see them somewhere. I'm not going to drop them here because neither of us are big Dr. Stone.
I'm not caught up now.
And,
Dr. Stoners.
I don't want to spoil it for anybody who might not want to spoil it. But just know
out
that
there?
if you want to go see it, it's out there.
Yeah.
Number 5, we got Witch Watch doing well. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Witch Watch has been doing pretty decently. It's usually in the top 10 in my experience, so I imagine that this isn't necessarily a fluke. It'll probably drop down to I imagine 6 or 7 next week will be my guess. Then we got a new one coming out with Aliens Area. I actually read the first couple chapters of this.
I saw you tweet about it. It looked really good. Was it good?
It's fine, honestly. I wouldn't say, it doesn't seem like anything super spectacular right now. It definitely reminds me a little bit of that Kaiju number 8 kind of feeling with a grown protagonist. That sort of subgenre that I was talking about there. He's got pseudo Luffy powers, he can stretch his arm in all sorts of funky ways and stuff. He's got a team, which is you'll never guess what number their team is, Parf. You'll never guess.
Wait.
It's Team 7. Team 7, Parf, because you know Japan loves the number 7. It's pretty cool. I like the way the characters are designed.
Wait.
The only thing is
Wait.
it's kind of generic in some ways. Is all I gotta say. I
So-
don't really know I don't know if they're gonna be doing a complete like space thing with it. Is the issue? I thought a manga that actually takes place in space would have been cool, but it seems like there's a good chance that it'll mostly be confined to Earth, doing Men in Black sort of deals.
So, the internet cut out kind of while you were doing that, so it was really staticky.
Ah, no,
So- Basically, your whole discussion of aliens air.
bro,
I,
it's fine.
I was just
Ah.
it's completely fine now.
Okay. So, Aliens area, basically, I think it seems mostly fine. Nothing special at the moment, but it's too early to call.
Yeah.
The character design is somewhat. It hits on some of them it doesn't
Okay.
hit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of ideas being borrowed from other series with it as well, whether it's the stretchy arm powers of something like Mr. Fantastic or Luffy,
Mm-hmm.
or the Men in Black esque way that the organization they work
Mhm.
with, like how it works. They
Yeah.
even have like the flash to erase memories thing that's pretty much wholesale lifted from Men in Black. Yeah, like I said, on some of the character designs it hits, on some it doesn't, and I'll just have to wait and see because I like some of the spreads they had, which I posted on the Twitter account.
Mm-mm.
But the individual, like the main mysterious guy, I guess the secondary lead,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a big fan of how he looks in general, I guess, even if his power, which is like controlling zero gravity, is kind of cool. Like I wish it would have. It seems like it'll be mostly confined to Earth doing Men in Black style stuff at the moment, and personally, I would have preferred if it was
Yeah,
more
I
of
would
like
prefer that too.
outer space sort of space dandy kind of deal. That's all.
Mhm.
But like I said, too early to tell. I'm gonna be reading it weekly, so we'll see where it goes. We got Undead Unluck getting a color page. I believe this is what's her name? Fuko. Yeah, this is it's Fuko on the new
Yeah.
color page. It looks pretty cool.
Massive.
I need to see where Undead Unluck is next week though, without a color page is the thing, because it was doing pretty poorly in the last couple episodes that we recorded.
Only time can tell.
Yeah. Up next, we got another new series with Ruri Dragon. This is gonna be big, I think.
You think?
It's yeah. The one shot for it is one of the most viewed Jump Plus one shots or Jump Plus series in
Mhm.
general. It has an audio drama that is like really popular that people enjoy. And it's like I said with Akane Banashi, it's something different from the rest of Jump. It's really wholesome. It's sort of like essentially a girl wakes up one day and she has horns.
Yep.
She decides to go to school anyway. But her mom informs her that her dad is actually a dragon, a Ryu dragon to be exact, which is like a traditional Japanese
Yeah.
dragon. And it's kind of like a coming of age story with her dealing with her dragon powers. It's sort of like American Dragon Jake Long or something like that if you ever watched that. That's kind of the vibes I was getting in a way, except she has less control over her powers at the
Okay.
moment.
Yeah.
Like a big issue in the first chapter for her is she breathing fire when she doesn't have the throat of a dragon yet, and she like fucks her entire throat up and can't go to school and whatnot.
Typical.
But in a wholesome turn of events, her class and teacher are all like, "Hey, we miss you. The school survived. Please come back." Like, and
Oh.
essentially, like at the end, she gets assured by her teacher in class that they'll care about her for who she
Mhm.
is and don't care.
Love
And her
that.
teacher knew that she was a dragon the whole time because her mom told him before the school year started.
Weird, but okay.
Yeah, weird but okay.
I see him. I
indeed.
see him on.
I see big things for this,
Yeah.
honestly. At number 6, we got P6. Makes sense. Uh, any ideas, Parf? How's this going right now?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I hate P6. I hate it with a burning passion. I hate it with a
Yeah,
burning
bro.
passion.
I might have to hop on that then and see what
I
the
just
fuss is
don't. I
about.
just don't think it's that good. I think it should be canned.
Damn. I mean, that's fair. We've all got one like that. I feel, you know.
Yeah.
I After that, we got a color for Blue Box. I don't know much about what the color for this one is. I know that my boy Pete and my boy Krissa are both going to be enjoying this because they're both big fans of Blue Box. I should probably get into that too because it's in that category of, like I said, you know, not battle manga,
Yeah.
so it's something different. Sort of isn't it like a sports and
Yeah.
romance? Yeah, I'll check that out probably because I've been wanting to read a manga, and I don't know if will be the one. I've been wanting to read a manga that'll make me cry.
Dude.
Like I just need to have a good cry about something that's fake instead of something that's real.
Something.
Like,
Something that has no actual repercussions.
yeah, exactly.
I feel that.
Exactly. You understand me.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. At number 7, we got Mission Yozakura Family. At number 8, we got Me and Roboco. Number 9, we got Super Smartphone. Hey, you know, Super Smartphone, avoiding the bottom 3. Hey, look at you.
Good
I'm
on
proud.
you. Good on
I'm
you.
proud. I think it's pretty solid. It's one of the newer ones that I've been reading that it's got a mystery angle to it, which I'm a sucker for. Hopefully they can keep it like a decent mystery because there are some things that start off mysteries, but then they go into something else, and it's just like, damn, it wasn't a mystery the whole time. Like, Erased is the one I always think about, where it's like, well, there are like 3 adults in this entire show, so yeah, I assumed it was who it was almost the whole time.
It's like, okay, it's pretty clear.
Yeah. High School Family after that. Then we got Duran at number 11. Earthchild at number 12, where it fucking belongs. This shit
I
is
knew
gonna
you were
end
gonna hit it
soon.
with that. I knew you were gonna hit that. Dude, I'm still dying from your explanation of that thing.
Dude, they had another chapter. All I gotta say is, I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna use some language here for a second, which I know isn't rare for this podcast,
No,
but this is lewd, is what I'm gonna say. The author of Earthchild was drawing these latest chapters with his meat in his hand. Because he drew the main girl in angles. Like, the main angle she was in was that classic, like, I'm on my knees. Like, but...
Yeah, I gotcha.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm on my knees, but you can see my ass from behind, and my tits are poking out.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
She was literally a statue that wasn't shaped anything like this, and now she's just suddenly like that. And,
Listen.
like, every pose they show her in is from the back, so you can see her ass.
Every now and
it's
then,
like,
you
what are you
think with your
doing,
dick.
dude?
He's just thinking with his dick.
Yeah. True. This shit's gonna get canceled soon. I think they told him, "Hey, wrap it up," because they're getting done with the plot real fast. Like,
they told him to loot it up, and we'll see if your numbers go up.
Like I've said before, I'll say it again. This is something that should have just been a one shot. That's all there is to it.
This is what happens when you give one shots too much.
Well, I don't blame the author necessarily. Even I feel like they were like, "Hey, people really liked your one shot. Do something with it." And he, like, you're not gonna say no to being.
Yeah, you're not gonna say no ever.
If you're a mangaka, you know.
At least to start, yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame the mangaka. I mean, I do blame him for not being able, or them for not being able to write like a coherent plot. In a way,
but we don't blame you.
And also for like the looting of in the last chapter.
We don't blame you for taking the job.
Yeah, I don't blame you for taking the job though, because like, get that bag, player. Like, oh man, this shit belongs in the trash.
Manga.
Then we got a table of contents for Weekly Young Jump. I'm just gonna go through these real quick because we don't really read through most of these. All right, so lead color page, we got Oshinoko. It's a It's a duo color page between Oshinoko and Kaguya-sama.
Yeah.
The two lead girls are making a heart with their hands to celebrate them both having animes now. Then we got Kingdom at number 1, which makes sense to me. It's motherfucking Kingdom. Shin Good Job at 2. Year 20XX Level Up Disaster. This sounds like some video game stuff.
Yeah.
We got Uma Musume Cinderella Grey at number 4. That horse be running.
Horse girls be running.
We got 5 at 5. We got Joyu Meshi. No idea what that is.
None.
Center color got Kaguya-sama Love Is War. At number 6, we got We Want to Talk About Kaguya-sama. At number 7, we got Elios. At number 8, Batsu Harem. Then we got Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. I think this is getting an anime adaptation
Probably.
soon. I believe this is also in the Shonen Jump app if anybody wants to check it out. I've heard pretty solid things about it. Number 10, we got Bungo. Number 11, we got The Shikisaki Sisters Want to Be Exposed. That just sounds odd. I think it's one. I think it's somewhat similar to quintuplets.
Probably. We don't know.
Then we got Stand Up Start getting the center color. Junket Bank at 12. Boys Abyss at 13. Valhalion, the Black Iron at 14. 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really Love You at 15. I want to check that one out, actually. I've heard good stuff about it. Another center color, we got Yuki ni Naritai Shigure-san ending. We got, at 16, we got Heisei Shonen Dan. We got a series trial for She Is Beautiful. And then at 17, we got something I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce because it mixes Japanese and Italian. It's, all right, you know what? Fuck it.
Wait.
Futari Bachi no Odisir no Hime. I think I actually did that pretty well.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what I would have guessed.
18, we got The Irregular of the Royal Academy of Magic. 19, we got Ottoman, which, you know what? From what I've seen about Ottoman, it seems like a number 19 in the table of contents shonen. And at 20, we got Snack Basu, which, I don't know. Maybe it's like a food truck thing.
Maybe.
Snack Basu. Yeah, okay. It looks weird.
It looks off.
Yeah. So that was the table of contents for Weekly Young Jump and Weekly Shonen Jump. Weekly Young Jump, it's important to note that the table of contents for it is a lot more volatile because of the smaller reader base in general.
Mm.
So things tend to be a bit swingier. And then we got the, of course, as always, we have our Oricon manga volume sales chart for the week. For those of you who might be new to this here or podcast, essentially this is something that tracks the amount of individual volumes sold for each manga, and this is just the top 10 best-selling ones for the week. And I'm just gonna say number 1 will surprise nobody, so we're gonna start from the bottom. At number 10, we got Skip Beat by Yoshiki Nakamura. This is like a classic shoujo. It's about a girl who is in the entertainment industry and her romances and whatnot therein, as well as like her dealing with like her family problems. I believe her mom is like abusive or something like that. But it's a really good series. Very long running. I believe it has probably like 30 something volumes. Actually more than that. Skip Beat has 47 volumes,
okay,
actually.
so
Might be 48 that just released, and that's why.
That's pretty good.
But it is out there with 83,271 copies. At number 9, we got Frieren Beyond Journey's End by Kanehito Yamada and Tsukasa Abe. Total copies sold is 96,830.
Love to see that.
Yeah. This has a manga or an anime coming out soon. The manga is really solid. Essentially, it is about an elf. Think about your classic Dungeons and Dragons party, right? You got your like plucky human fighter, your elf wizard, your cleric, your rogue, stuff like that. And Frieren is essentially an elf wizard who has outlived the rest of her party of heroes who beat the demon lord, and like they won the game, and then she outlived them, essentially. And now she's going to find her new party, and she does find a new party. It's kind of about like
it's pretty wholesome.
Yeah, it's wholesome. It's about like both letting go of the past and embracing who you are in a way. It's also
It's got
about
some
like
great quotable moments.
mourning. Yes, I know exactly the one you're thinking about. It's about grief and mourning, as well as like finding new people to care about in your life, like finding new things to care
Yeah.
about after suffering a great loss.
Hmm.
I think it is one of the. It's something I would recommend to almost everybody. If you, unless you just don't like fantasy at all, then I would recommend
Yeah.
this. At number 8, we got Kaguya-sama: Love Is War by Akasaka, with a total number of 98,832 copies sold. I'm not surprised about this. I
No.
honestly, it'll probably be higher next week, I
Probably. Yeah.
imagine, because of the last episode of the season of the anime
Hmm.
coming out. People are really going to want to catch up and see what's going on next. So I would fully expect to see this either around the same spot or a little bit higher next time we do this, or next week,
Hmm.
one of the two. At number 7, we got Detective Conan: Zero's Tea Time by Takahiro Arai and Gosho Aoyama, selling 100,361 copies. It's Detective Conan. It's going to sell
Yeah.
well, pretty much. It's one of the biggest. I think it's like literally the. Is it the top selling manga of all time, or is that One Piece?
I think One Piece. I think Detective Conan is longer though.
One Piece might be number. Yeah, it's number 4 actually.
Okay.
It's behind One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Golgo 13. But yeah, it's got 101 volumes.
Yeah.
One Piece actually has one more volume than it now. But that doesn't count the spin-offs, which I believe this is a
Yeah.
spin-off as well. So, yeah. Cool. At number 6, which at number 6 we got something you love to see. We got Golden Kamuy by Satoru Noda, selling 147,237 copies rather, excuse me. This is going to be up here again.
Hmm.
This might even be like number 4, like between 4 and 2,
Probably.
because the last volume is coming out next month.
Hmm.
So be on the lookout for that. I'm for one am going to be on the lookout for a box set, because I think that they would sell some pretty sick stuff for that. Golden Kamui is surprisingly big in Japan. Like they have a like there's like a Golden Kamui beer that comes out like every year in June in Japan.
Damn.
It's pretty sick.
They get all
I
the
really
good shit.
Yeah, they sold like nudie pins of one of the characters too, where if you turn it upside down it like turns nude and stuff.
Of course they did. Of course they
Yeah.
did.
At number 5, we got Kingdom by Yasuhisa Hara at 171,571 copies sold. Hey, not surprised here
Love to see it.
at all, honestly. It's just, I mean, Kingdom is just like one of the big 3 seinen manga of all time, for sure, you know. At number 4, we've got a relatively new series to the top 10 for this podcast. We've got The Apothecary Diaries by Natsu Hyuga, Iki Nanao, and Neko Kurage, selling 175,437 copies. This is. It doesn't have. Okay, it doesn't have a fucking thing for the plot in Wikipedia. But okay, actually I got it. Originally a light novel. Okay, Mao Mao, a young woman trained in the art of herbal medicine, is forced to work as a lowly servant in the inner palace. Though she learns for life outside of its perfumed halls, she isn't long for a life of drudgery. Using her wits to break a curse afflicting the imperial heirs, Mao Mao attracts the attentions of the handsome eunuch Jinshi and is promoted to attendant food taster. But Jinshi has other plans for the erstwhile apothecary, and soon Mao Mao is back to brewing potions and solving mysteries.
What?
Seems pretty cool, honestly. I think if they lean into like the actual apothecary stuff,
That'd be cool.
like that'd be cool.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna pick this up. I'll pick up at least read the first volume.
Yeah. Yep.
And if I enjoy it, I think I'll pick up some more volumes of it. Although it seems like it might have quite a few volumes actually. Let me take a look. Oh, actually, it only has like five volumes. Nice.
Could get started early.
Yeah, easy. And then at number 3, we've got Record of Ragnarok by Takumi Fukui, Shinra Umamura, and Chika Aiji, selling 181,424 copies. Happy for it.
Mm-hmm.
The manga is so much better than the anime for this. Um, but you know what? I'm remaining hopeful for the second season. I'm remaining hopeful for the second season because they've had more time to work on it this time.
Only time will tell.
So we will see. I'm praying. I'm praying because it's one of those shows that deserves a good anime adaptation.
I agree. I agree, by the way.
And yeah, I figured. No, it doesn't deserve.
No, it fucking doesn't. Record of Ragnarok sucks.
I'm a Kengan Ashura fan. That's no hate to Kengan Ashura fans. It's one of the that Baki and Record of Ragnarok. That's like the 3 big ones people talk about. And to be honest, Record of Ragnarok isn't as technical as the other 2. I don't quite put it up there as far as like fights go, but as far as designs go, I like Record of Ragnarok. Yeah. Number 2, we got Tokyo Revengers by Kim Wakui, selling 265,600 copies. It's Tokyo Revengers. It's pretty much always up here.
Yeah.
It's very popular despite it. I don't know. I liked the direction where some of the last chapters have been going. Honestly, the arc as a whole overall, I'm not a big fan of, but I'm gonna be huffing copium until the very end for this series because I enjoyed the first 3/4 of it so much. So, it's hard to stick a landing. But
it really is.
Well, get your bag, Wakui. Get your bag.
Get the bag, yeah.
And then at number 1, Parf, I'll let you take this one. What's at number 1, Parf?
It's gonna shock everyone here. Number 1, we've got none other than Spy Family, guys. It's a really underground manga. It's kind of a sleeper hit of the season. Not many people know about it. It's about this spy. Yeah. It's just a really hidden gem. Honestly, pick it up now before it becomes popular.
Yeah. Did taper off a little bit though. 271,000, which 271,000 is still nothing to sneeze at. It's just like this is something that was selling like 400,000, 500,000 copies a week. Which it makes sense because the anime just ended last week as well. So expect to see Spy Family definitely still in the top. Like it's gonna be in the top 10 for a bit for sure. I feel.
Oh, for sure.
Especially when new volumes come out, but. Mm-hmm. Expect other things to start overtaking it in the next couple of months, I would say. That's going to be my prediction for that for now. And, that's it for the charts today. Or this week, I should say. And now we can go ahead and talk about some of the series we've been reading. So I think for both of us, the first thing we want to talk about is, like, how good has Jujutsu Kaisen been lately, man, with this fight going on?
Okay, first off, amazing. I love it. Absolute gas pack. But I saw someone on TikTok the other day. And TikTok, I shouldn't even care about their opinions, but it is what it is. And he was like, oh, Hikari's actually overrated. He's not that good. Hikari is only winning because he's lucky. It's like...
He's literally immortal.
Gojo literally said he and...
Yuta,
my best boy, and I forgot his name. Yuta would be on par with him at someday. Like, how is he overrated?
I think Hikari actually has more of the chance to become like Gojo.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's willing to do the shit that Gojo was like. You know how Gojo did like the 0.2 second, 0.3 second domain and like fucking mentally scarred all those people for like a month or some shit.
Yeah.
Like Yuta would have never done something like that.
Hikari
would do some shit like that instantaneously without thinking.
He'd be like, "Hey, whatever, it happens."
Yeah.
But it's been absolute gas pack. I'm highly looking forward to the next chapter.
Did you catch the JoJo's reference?
What?
So Hikari said he had manga brain, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
And the way he gets rid of Kashimo, an electric user, is by dumping him into the ocean, which is how Josuke beats Red Hot Chili Pepper.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I say beats the way he negates some of his advantage, I should say.
Yeah.
They're still fighting.
Yeah. It's just been
Speaking of Josuke,
insane.
See that boy in the background over there. Dude, I would be so. Is that on your bed?
Yeah.
I would be so nervous about knocking
See,
that off.
I thought that. I thought when I originally put him there, I thought that. It doesn't.
Oh, that's sturdy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's wiggling a little bit, but
It
nothing
wiggles,
that you
but
have
yeah.
Is that like a statue or a figure? This is great audio content.
It's a figure, I think.
Okay. Cool.
I mean,
Sick.
he's my pride and joy.
Yeah, I love. That's JoJo.
That's JoJo, man.
Yeah.
But no, back to Jujutsu Kaisen. It's get on the train while you still can. Absolutely, 10 out of 10.
100%. It's the best thing in Shonen. Well, it's the best battle manga in Shonen Jump right now, in my opinion. Don't come at me, One Piece fans. I don't care.
I like One Piece too. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Then what else? What have you been reading?
We could talk about the Berserk chapter.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not caught up, so obviously
we're
not gonna. Like,
I'm not gonna do any
specifics.
spoilers, but
I have seen. I've heard some. So we'll talk. Slight spoilers to an extent. If you don't want any spoilers, just skip past this section about like 2 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll just explain what I've seen for a second.
Yeah.
So basically, from what I've seen, Griffith does his whole thing, and Guts is like, "Don't give a fuck, don't care, dead ass." Plus your Griffith, and just tries to slice that mother. He goes berserk, basically.
He's about to go berserk.
Yeah. And I've heard the art is almost on like you can pretty much not even tell that it's a different art style, right?
Yeah, no, had I just been reading like casually, it wouldn't have caught me at all.
Nice.
And I think this chapter definitely, without like saying too much like spoil, I think it went in a great direction. I think the art is great. And I think this definitely negates anybody who's now saying Griffith is not femto because stuff happens. Griffith is femto, and Griffith did stuff wrong.
Word. Honestly, I don't think I was ever on the train of like. I feel like Griffith's, and again, I have not read. Yeah. I've only read like one volume of Berserk, so I have not. I'm pretty sure that I'm not an expert here.
Yeah, you're not.
But I feel like Griffith just made, like, he still consciously made a lot of the decisions that led to him becoming femto. Is the thing.
Fully. I mean, before he was even like in the Eclipse, he doesn't really successfully do it because like he is a tortured, weak, downtrodden version of himself, but he tries to force himself on Casca. He made the choice to sacrifice everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I get that part.
I'd sacrifice my blood.
I'd sacrifice all of humanity for a jetpack.
Yeah, fuck
like, if the aliens came down...
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey. Jay, I'm sorry, but if the aliens come down and they're offering me...
They're gonna offer it to me first, Barf.
Dude, nah, I'm coming down from behind, like, I'll take it for half a jetpack.
No, you're not coming from behind.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
You're gonna live on the western seaboard. I'm gonna be 4 hours ahead of you. They'll show up here first.
You fucker.
Obviously.
You fucker.
Yeah, dude. You shouldn't even try. Just give up now.
Dude, I'm dead.
I'm getting the jetpack.
Yeah. So Berserk chapter looks good. Excited.
Would you put on the stone mask from JoJo's? Become a vampire?
Dude, I've asked myself multiple times that, and honestly, Dio kind of had a good gig. I would. I'm assuming in this universe, the red stone exists as well.
I would say like 70. Okay, well, one thing is, I really don't want the Pillarmen to reawaken if I'm a vampire, because then they will.
They would fuck me up. But if the red stone exists, I would love to see what it does to a human with the mask.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming in this universe stands also exist. I just have to wait my time.
I was going to say, if I can get the world, I would
I
use
mean,
the
it's
world
over.
better
Yeah,
than
it's over.
Dio.
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. So yeah, I would definitely use the stone axe.
I would simply not make enemies with the Joestars.
Yeah, no, I'd be like, hey, yo, what's up, guys?
I would simply be grateful they adopted me.
Actually, I have two stands. One of my stands is I don't age. I'm definitely not a vampire. That's exactly how I would pull it off.
So strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would definitely use the
I think
stone
I would
axe.
probably like a 75% chance. If stands existed, then 100% of the time I'm taking that.
Oh yeah, oh 100%.
Because I don't go outside during the day for most of the year anyway, since I work
I
overnight.
mean, who the fuck?
Like,
I'll just avoid it. Like, come on now. If Dio can make
just
it,
get a
I
little-
can make
Just
it.
get a little umbrella.
Dude, and plus, I become a sexy vampire, alright? Ladies love vampires.
And you get a pet eagle.
Exactly.
You get pet shop.
I get
bro.
vanilla ice.
Also the parrot from the new one.
Yeah, I get vanilla ice hopping on my dick.
Yeah.
There's no downside here.
There's truly no downsides. Dio had it made. He should just like.
Dio should have just been like, hey, Jojo, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. Well, they
I
had
mean,
the
he
whole
did.
issue with like the.
The mom.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And it also affected Jolene and Josuke, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, Jolene wasn't around yet.
Josuke did.
Jolene got the fever whenever. She did get the fever whenever her stand or whenever
Manifested,
some shit happened,
yeah.
though, didn't it? Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, Josuke. I don't know what would have happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. Would you eat a devil fruit?
Depends on which one. I guess I wouldn't know, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably would. I
Yeah.
mean, not being able to.
Not being
Am
able
I
to
in
swim.
the Am I in the One Piece world though? Because if I'm in this world, then 100% of the time, yeah. Because you can just like avoid.
Yeah, you can
salt
just take a
water.
plane.
Well, it's just salt water too, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you can just, especially in like America, you can just go freshwater. all
Yeah.
the
I
time.
mean, worst case.
Dude, imagine you're going swimming in some freshwater and you're like, oh no, it was an estuary. It was brackish.
No!
Oh.
Like honestly, I would just go swimming with fucking floats the entire time. Like,
Do they not do that?
they
Does
do
Luffy
in one
never
of the,
get
they
on-
do in one of the movies. I know that much.
Does Luffy never just go tubing?
Oh, but there's one caveat though. If you, I don't remember how it happens. If like a fishman did it or like someone with another devil fruit does it. But if you're surrounded by a bubble in the ocean, so the water's not actually touching you,
That makes sense. Sense.
then you're like fully able to use all your powers. So
Well, that makes sense. It's the same
Dude.
logic as being on like a ship, basically.
Exactly.
Or
Just-
a submarine.
dude, honestly, fuck it. I'm in that devil fruit. I don't even care what power
Honestly,
I
I
get.
would rather be like a cyborg in the One Piece thing.
Yeah.
Give me a cyborg with some hockey.
I was gonna say hockey. I would do.
You have to get hockey. Like, you just not playing.
If you
with the
don't
big
have
boys if you don't
hockey,
have hockey.
You're getting killed.
Bro, if Captain Kidd can get hockey, I can get hockey.
if fucking kid can learn how to do it, I can do it.
You know, you can tell. You know, I'm a slander kid. You know, you can tell a kid is a fucking bitch.
Oh wow.
His nickname is Captain. Like that. Like they put Captain in quotes. They're like Eustace. They're like, it's Eustace Captain Kid. Like, fuck off, bro.
Damn, dude. Damn. I mean, you're not wrong. Kid is a bitch.
Honestly, I liked Kid for a while, but certain people on Twitter have completely turned me off from him.
Kid is like basically the Bakugo of One Piece.
I feel like his power is underutilized in a way.
Oh, for sure.
Because
I mean-
there's a lot of shit you can do with magnets. It's also funny to see people have to get basic magnetism explained to them on Twitter
Dude,
about Kid's power.
The man could fucking like make an entire like warship with his fucking power, but instead he's like railgun, which is still cool. I mean, railguns is cool.
Yeah, and people said the railgun doesn't make sense,
Yeah,
but
oh my
railguns they fire using magnetism, so the logic is kind of there, but yeah, I don't know, whatever. Fucking One Piece.
Yeah.
Isn't One Piece on like a month-long break?
It's on a month-long break, and One Piece
Oof.
theorists are going insane.
Yeah.
They're-
Hit us with some spicy ones.
Dude, I think the best one I saw was, okay guys, Kiku is a woman. But what if she ate the devil fruit that turned her back into a man, and she's gonna be one of the Admiral's secrets? It's like someone said, maybe the One Piece is inside Frankie. Don't know how that one made any sense at all.
What?
Um, even though people like know where Nico Robin is now, they're still saying, dude, maybe Nico Robin, that's just a projection of her, and she's actually captured still.
What?
Yeah, no, One Piece theorists are going insane.
They're starving.
They really are. They really. Oh, one person said that the new admiral was only there to turn Wano back into because his powers are plant, and he's gonna revitalize Wano and then just leave. Don't make much sense there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Some people think that the new admiral is like related to Zoro or something
Yep.
like that.
Yep. There's been those thoughts. I mean, there's just a bunch of stupid theories out there.
Do you think he's gonna be related to Zoro?
No. It just goes back to it. Would you rather have a One Piece theorist son or a pro shipper daughter? I'd rather give vasectomy.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, with the goings on?
Oh God.
Yeah, okay. One Piece. So the One Piece fandom is in shambles
Yes.
at the moment.
Yes.
Got it.
Very much so.
What else did I read? Oh, I forgot to mention the other stuff I bought from Takara Cafe.
Oh yeah.
That I'm gonna be reading soon. So I got the first 2 volumes of Wake Up Sleeping Beauty, which you've been going on about forever, trying to convince people to read.
Nobody does.
And then I also bought, I bought To Strip the Flesh.
Okay.
Which is a series of short stories, mostly about gender dysphoria, from what I understand. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good. It's from the artist who's working on Fujimoto's new one shot.
Okay.
With him. Which apparently is about like a teacher and a student or some shit like that. And then I also bought.
Interesting.
What else did I buy? I think I just go to the website. Instead of holding up the thing. Oh, I bought Look Back, my great Fujimoto one shot, of course. Oh, and then son of a bitch.
What?
Just realized I bought Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 16 from Takara Cafe, and I bought it at Books and Millions. Son of a bitch, dude. The one that I literally went back and turned in the.
Yeah.
I pushed my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache.
See,
I bought Snow White with Red Hair Volume 1 and Nana Volume 1 as well.
I got a just do an inventory of all my manga.
Catalog it.
Catalog, thank you.
I'll be doing that too.
Because I've been running the same problem, and like I get to the store, I'm like, I think I need that, but I don't want to make the mistake of buying it and not needing it.
Ooh, speaking of, Takara Cafe just started a clearance sale.
Dude, let me know when they get One Piece box at 3.
I will. Ooh. Got like got a bunch of banana fish on sale. Banana fish. It's a bunch of shoujo stuff, it looks like. So,
Oh, they got real?
Yeah.
Oh,
Queen's Quality. I've been meaning to read Queen. I actually started reading Queen's Quality, but I'm only like 1 chapter or 2 chapters in. And Bloody Mary, A Horror Ride. Yeah, honestly, I might pick up a bunch of banana fish stuff.
I've been meaning to watch that.
Ooh, Kami-sama Kiss Volume 18.
I think I have that. I don't know if I have that as the problem.
Go check out Takara Cafe, guys. Yeah. It's sick. It's a really cool website.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, orders can take a little bit to ship because it is just like 2 or 3 people who work there or something like that, and they've been getting really popular now. But
they really have been. Yeah.
The quality of stuff they have is really good, and again, you're supporting a small business, which is always nice. So I would highly recommend that. And yeah, What non-anime and manga things do you have to recommend for us this week, Par?
All right. I mean, it's not like I'm joining the dick riding train. All right. There's no secret here. I've been watching The Boys, caught up. It's a great show. What can I say? Not much more to say than that. It's a great show.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it too. Comic is not good. Sorry.
Yeah.
For people who
Comics.
like comics.
So that's one of the comics I have given a try. Never gonna give that one a try again.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not great at all. What I also watched Love on the Spectrum last night.
Yeah.
I get it. I get the appeal. At first, I thought there's no way I would. Oh, okay, this is gonna sound awful. It's not that I didn't think I would like. It's just like I thought I would prefer like a shitty, reality show like I usually prefer. But I get the appeal now. It's very wholesome. It's
I get
very.
It's not
very wholesome.
It's not that you want it to be bad because it's. It's not that you want it to be bad because it's like people on the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's just you're used to reality TV show trash.
That it's honestly so wholesome. And today I found one of the cast members on TikTok, and she's still with her boyfriend. I'm like, man, I love that shit. I love that shit. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And as always, I hate that like almost every time I have some new Sonic thing. I swear to God, I'm not like a weird Sonic fan, but like Sonic does hit different. I played what I think it was Sonic Mania, and I just enjoy that little fucking hedgehog going fast, bro. I hate that piece of shit fandom, but that dude goes fast.
Yeah, they do have a really bad.
Oh, it's awful. What have you been up to? Non-manga.
Non-manga. Been watching a lot of Barry. Very good show.
Very good.
It's kind of like a reverse Breaking Bad about like a guy who's in a bad job, or who you would call a bad person because he is an assassin. He does kill people, and him trying to like become an actor and come clean, but also causing that same Walter White-esque death spiral around him as he does it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. Honestly, I didn't think I would be into it at first because I'm not really a big Bill Hader kind of guy.
Understandable.
But dude is acting his fucking ass off in this show, and I appreciate it. He's doing really well. Great show indeed. And what else have I been watching? Been falling asleep to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia lately, even though I've seen every episode like 4 or 5 times.
I mean, same.
I'm the type of person where I like to fall. Never was the type of person where I like to fall asleep with the TV on until I like moved in with my girlfriend, and now I've been getting into it.
I do that.
Always Sunny just hits because like the theme song isn't super loud. It doesn't have like there are loud moments, but it's still pretty overall quiet. I think Trailer Park Boys kind of hits the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could do that with Malcolm in the Middle, but the theme song is just too fucking loud.
Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle. I tried doing that with, and when I was in college, and I would just end up staying up watching. I'm like, ugh, I need to sleep.
I have been watching a lot of Malcolm in the Middle too. Actually,
great show.
Yeah, that's my recommendation. Go back and watch Malcolm in the Middle. That shit slaps.
Here's what I would recommend. Watch it, because all the cast is great. But specifically, rewatching it, I learned to appreciate Bryan Cranston on that show so much more.
Yeah. He is putting his whole heart into that show.
God, he was great.
He's so animated, especially whenever because you went through a Breaking Bad rewatch recently too.
Yep.
And comparing him in that to like I've always liked it's obviously not true, but I've always liked the like, man, what if like Breaking Bad is about Malcolm after like all that, like living a bum life and shit, like not a bum life, but a life he didn't expect to be leading because he's a genius or some shit, being a teacher, you know, which is a running theme of the show, is that even though Malcolm is a genius, if he doesn't like cry or whatever, he's going to get fucked over because he's lazy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so watch Malcolm in the Middle. I think it might actually be about to leave Hulu, which is why I'm watching it, but I'm unsure. And then, as for like manga recommendations, I think for my manga recommendations, I'm gonna pull out one that I haven't mentioned yet today. I'm gonna say read Keyman. It
Okay.
is this noir manga that has like 5,000 members on Mal or something like that. It's called Keyman: The Hand of Judgment.
Okay.
The art is kind of crazy, honestly. Like it's this really the art remind like the way the shading and pen work is reminds me a lot of like of Berserk in a lot of ways. It's basically about like this dinosaur cop who lives in a place called Keyville. There are like beastmen and humans that live together, and there's a superhero named Keyman who solves all the issues and stuff. And then one day Keyman gets murdered, and they're
No.
trying to find out who murdered Keyman. So think of it as kind of like Beastars mixed with Berserk mixed with Watchmen. That's how I would describe it. And I've been enjoying it quite a lot. It does have some weird anime bullshit. Like, one of the main characters is one of those, like, actually 1,000-year-old lollies.
God damn it.
Yeah, I know. But to be fair, she takes that. Not excusing it, just explaining it. She does have a regular form that she appears in. It's just that she's weakened, so she looks like a fucking child. It's like and it's not like super sexualized with her either, which I appreciate. They don't like lean into it. It's just like I don't know. You can tell the author likes to draw like soft women, I guess, and is kind of scared to draw them like
Okay.
beefy like men in a way, if that makes sense. I was
Yeah.
reading an interview he did with a really famous mangaka, and he talked about how he like even like it shows in his line work that he is scared to not draw women cute. So that might have something to do with it. I don't know. It's one of the I feel like it's one of those things where you kind of have to accept that there's going to be a certain amount of anime bullshit in whatever you read sometimes. So I'm just trying to look past it and hope that like if it gets too bad, I'm definitely just not even going to bother with that shit anymore. So I would recommend it where I'm at now though. I'm about 21 out of 67 chapters in and it hasn't been super bad. So I would recommend it.
As for me, I think we recommend what we talked about, something we talked about earlier, Free Run. I think if you're not already reading it, you should. It's kind of a good mix of action adventure with just nice, wholesome, trip down memory lane esque type shit. Uh,
100% agree.
you know, it's nice to see what happens after the adventure. It's kind of a not everything's perfect, you know, so
Yeah.
would 100% recommend it, especially with the anime coming up, and Mashal as well. Same thing, same deal. Good time to start with an anime announcement. I enjoy it. I think I'm trying not to give too much away because, I mean, it's kind of evident he doesn't have magical powers, but like, it's nice to see. Because One Punch Man is one of my favorite mangas, so it's nice to see a character somewhat like that in a magical world. That's all.
I understand.
Yeah.
Because especially whenever you talk about like Asta, who like it doesn't like Asta might as well have magic.
He has magical powers. People, fuck that. Anti magic. It's called the Void or some shit.
That's coming back soon though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like, isn't the month hiatus for that almost over?
It
with?
is. So what?
I mean, that last chapter was kind of hard.
It is. So it's exciting to see where it's gonna go. I will admit
Yeah.
that. I'm
I mean,
not a hater for Black Clover. Just so we're all clear. It's just
Yeah, honestly, neither am I. Like, I like making fun of Black Clover fans
yeah.
because, like, I don't know, I find it.
They're a little
It's
bit
one of
too-
those things where it's like I have respect for them, but I like making fun of them because a lot of Black Clover fans can like take a joke, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like other communities that are so far up their own ass that they can't take any criticism about their precious mangaka.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's what we've been reading lately, and what we recommend for this
Mhm.
week. And honestly, I'm just happy that we're getting back into the swing of doing the
I
pod
agree-
again
I
after
fully agree.
after a short break. I was really nervous about this actually.
Why?
I don't know. I've been kind of. I need to work on my delivery of certain things a bit, but I
Hey.
won't go too inside.
We'll always
baseball
have the
about it.
special episode. The podcast goes to public speaking.
True. Honestly, I've been thinking about going to like Toastmasters or something like
Yeah.
that, and taking a public speaking course. I think it would help me a lot, just in general, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. But enough about what I plan to do in my downtime. That's gonna be it for Chapter 7 of the Manga Melee podcast. You can find us wherever you find podcasts: Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, stuff like that. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can find the account for the podcast at Manga Melee Pod. You can find me at Shardbased, as in a shard of glass, and Little B, the base god, on Twitter. You can also find me at Shardbased on Instagram, and I think I might also be that on TikTok. I'm not sure. Yeah, give me a follow if you want. Discuss manga with me. I'm permanently online, so I'm always posting. You can follow Parf nowhere. He does not want to be perceived.
I don't exist.
And follow the Bros Who Think network
Obviously,
at
yes.
Bros Who Think. We got no new episodes of any other podcasts on the network coming out this week, actually, I'm pretty sure, because they're all on vacation in Los Angeles. Literally everybody I know is on vacation in Los Angeles
Except
right now.
for us.
Except for
We're the cool kids.
yeah, I can't afford to take time
Yeah,
off
can't
of work
afford
like
it.
that. Also, I'm not getting on a fucking plane right now. What the hell? Anyway, we're gone. See you later.
Bye.
Have a good one. Peace.